Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hey, love, Blake. Thank you for letting me know that you could hear me. Now, can you hear me good? Because a couple of lives ago, my live was going in and out when I listened back to it. And I just want to make sure everything is okay before I even start. Okay, everything fine? All right. I'm going to just take a couple more seconds to let, if anybody else want to come in, I don't know. Um, hey, honeybee. How you doing tonight? Tonight. Hey, Lady Sparkles. Hey, big walking. Wait a minute. Hey, big walk dog, Allison. Ooh, child. I ain't talked to y'all in a little while, child. Hey, Lady Dimples with your fast ass. I don't know what I'm going to do with you and Lady Sparkles, honey. Y'all just keep y'all dresses up over your head, running around in front of these men. I don't know what I'm going to do about you two ladies, child. If I was young, I'd have my dress up running after these men too, child. Can you tell me how to make fried pies? Uh, well, now I don't know if you make your own dough or not, but the easy way to do it is like to get the Pillsbury dough. It'd be like two in a box in the refrigeration thing. I use that crust, and then you can get like whatever apricots or whatever you want to put in it, plums or whatever, the dried fruit. Get a couple of bags of those, boil them in some water on the stove, and then once you do that, like boil them until they get like um damn near all the water is out of them. Like when you stir them, you'll hear the sizzling, and just let them sit on the stove. Turn them off. Let them sit there. Then you get your salt and your sugar and your uh like if you like nutmeg, but put cinnamon in it, like some that lemon, the lemon that you buy in the bottle, or either you can squirt some fresh lemon over it while it's in the pan. All right, then you pour your cinnamon and nutmeg or whatever into the pan that's on the stove that you have to turn off. Stir that all up, put a little butter in it, stir that up, and it's gonna be kind of thick, because you want it thick, like if you pick it up with a spoon, it don't slide out the spoon. You want it thick. Okay. Then I'll say that you cut the dough, like you can mash them together, you let them get room temperature, and you can like mash them together like one after the other, not on top of each other, one after the other one, okay? And just keep mashing down on them till they till they go together. And then you like cut it in half, just cut them in half. And then you get your spoon and dip like in the middle of the dough, put like a spoonful in the dough, and then flip it over and do and pinch the edges all the way closed on the dough. You got to make sure they all the way closed, because if they don't, they're gonna pop open when you fry them. Okay, and your stuff will be seeping out. Make sure you pinch them all the way good, all the way around, and make sure ain't no holes in the side. You have to be kind of gentle if you got fingernails, because your fingernails will go through them. All right, your grease got to be really hot, and you put about enough to cover the bottom of the skillet. And then you have to like gauge this, okay? Because I'm telling you off the top of my head, just do one, okay? Put it in the middle of your skillet and let that fry on one side. And then you flip it over and let it fry on the other side. Because see, now that's all you're doing is letting the dough get done. Because your plums or whatever you made in this pan, that's already done. So what you got to worry about now is the dough. And then you fry that other side and sit it in, put it on a plate with some paper towel on the plate, because it's got grease, that hot grease, so that grease will come out. And then like if it's like you like it, like the brown, like you like it, or you can see if you got holes in it and all that kind of stuff. Just look at that and see if that's like you want it to look for you. Then you can put more in the skillet this next round, because you know how long it takes to cook them. And you just do that until all of the batter gone. And all of the, all the plums and stuff gone. Or whatever you use, apricots or whatever, But that's how you do it. And you can buy like apple pie filling. You can buy like peach filling. How they have those cans of different kind of filling. If you want to buy the fillings, you can look at those like on the canned fruits. What the canned fruits are, you can find a lot of stuff, but you can just pour, heat it up a little bit and make sure that all the water off of it, or either drain the water and then put it in your pan. And see that if you buy like the filling, all you gotta do is put the filling in the dough. But if you want it to, if they don't got to have the kind of filling that you want in the can or the jar, you can go like get the dried fruit. But I use the dried fruit. And that's how you make and then I tell you, you can also look on Google. You can Google a lot of these recipes. You Google it, it's gonna tell you exactly how to make it. Or either on YouTube, put in whatever fried pies, and the rest they'll come up and it'll show you exactly step by step how to do this. And for a person that don't really have never did that before, that's what I would tell you to do: is look on YouTube and look on Google, and it'll show you what you need before and check delay Atlanta. But yeah, and then like a lot of times, like I don't feel like cooking fried pies because for us that's a treat. That's like when we cook them, like for my family, because I have a large family, it's like platters of them that's be set out, and you just walk by whenever you want one to eat. They be sitting on the end of the table, the dining room table, and you can just go get it anytime you want. Because normally we cook like 50 or more because I have a large family. And when we have those, it's a treat. And another thing you need to do is like if you have too many to eat, um, put them in like some foil, with a paper towel, and put them in the refrigerator because you don't want them to get, you know, after you eat all you want for the day, then put them in the refrigerator. And if you put them in like a plastic wrap, make sure you put paper towels in there because you don't want them to get soggy. And to see the paper towel will take a lot of that out, that moisture, so they don't get soggy. So when you next time you want one, they'll still be firm when you get ready to eat, and you can microwave it or either eat it cold. It's whatever you want to do. But a lot of that stuff I know I do off the top of my head. I learned with my mother because we was gardeners and stuff. We dried our own fruit. Out in the sun. We put them on big tables with sheets, and you put them in the sun. And as the sun moves, you have to move your tables around, and you do that for a couple of days. Like at night, you just cover them up, and then the next day when the dew, you know, burn off the land, like the grass. You don't want the grass to be wet. Then you put them, uncover them again because all that wet stuff is out the air, and you start drying them again, and you do that for like 3 days. And then you put them up, the dried fruit up, because you can freeze them or you can put them like in the jars and stuff, but have to know how to put them in the jars so they don't mildew. And see, we used to grow apple trees and plum trees, all that shit be out there, and we'd have to do that in certain times of the year. Like when the plums come out early, like in June, Mayish in June, then we do those, and then the apples will come off like in July, August, Septemberish, and the pears they come in October, November. It's just like we know because we farm, so we know when it's time to do what we need to do to get what we want to have for the whole year, and we know how to process it. And the same thing with vegetables. We do the same thing with vegetables. Some of them come off earlier, don't take as long to grow. You put those up first and can them and freeze them or do whatever, dry whatever you're going to do. Because you don't want to, you have to, it just go in cycles like your gardening. Because your corn come off a certain time, your cucumbers and stuff like that, that's early, like in May. Then in June, it's time for the uh, corn. Okay, June, July. Certain time for the peas, June, July. Certain time for the purple heart peas, July, August. And tomatoes the whole summer. And if you want to have them when they get cold, you got to make sure when the frost get ready to hit, you have to cover your plants up at night with a sheet. That way they'll be okay for the night because the temperature drop below freezing. And in the morning, you take the sheet off. Like I would take the sheet off of my tomatoes in the morning before I go to work. Put my sheet over here on the hang it on the porch, And when I get off work in the evening, come in and pick tomatoes. And then when the sun start going down, cover my tomato plants up again so they don't get frostbitten. And it's a cycle. And you do it until you can't get no more tomatoes off of them because it's too cold. I have tomatoes, I be eating fresh tomatoes till like October. I mean, getting them off the vine because I know the process. I know what I gotta do to keep my plants healthy, and everybody else ain't got no goddamn tomatoes because won't get their sour ass up and go out there and cover them up when it get ready to get dark. And in the morning, on your way to work, take the damn cover off. Or if you go to work at night, cover the motherfuckers up when the sun go down. And when you get your black ass out of work in the morning, take the goddamn cover back off of them. It's a way to do it. Y'all, guess what? Okay, now I named this video. I got off track. I named this video, Ooh, child. Who's zooming who? Are you zooming me or am I zooming you? YouTube, you never know. Because you think you cool with these folks. I'm just saying what I be look around these streets. You my homie, you my boo, you my girlfriend, you my friend, we besties. And then the next damn day, all hell broke loose and all kind of shit come out. Well, the last case of that was with Lady Wu. Her and Roger got to be bosom buddies out of nowhere. Because I was on my heels. And me and Wu had got into it. It's been about 2 weeks ago. And she said, don't let me go get my crew. And in my mind, I was saying, who the fuck is your crew? And then I said, go get your crew. And she went and got her crew. And Roger was one of the crew. And it was another lady. I didn't know her, and I really wasn't interested in her because my target was Wu. Okay? But Roger, she didn't get in and she stood down. But yeah, she said she was going, don't make me go get my crew. And I just wanted to see who the damn crew was. And she went and got Royalty and this other lady. And that other lady didn't say nothing to me either because I didn't know her. And she did not need to be saying a damn thing to me. She did the best thing. Shut the fuck up, too. Okay? But y'all, I had to cuss YouTube cameras out this morning. And y'all want to know why, okay? And I got her good, too. Y'all go listen to YouTube cameras from this morning. Now, I hadn't been over there in a while, but sometimes I'll go through there and hit and be in the clouds. But see, I be other places. I be a whole lot of different places. And so, and then she do recaps. And so, a lot of stuff that she recap, I was in the lives. I seen it and stuff. Well, YouTube cameras was talking this morning. And then she started talking about the Umarians. And that's the Umar boys. Some people call them Umarians, Umar boys, this and that, okay? But everybody know who we're talking about. Well, before those people came to the beef sector, and I've said this a zillion times, everybody think I'm looking at me like I'm a goddamn fool. I didn't want nobody say, yeah, I remember that. Nobody didn't say nothing. Like I'm the only one on YouTube that seen what these motherfuckers were saying before they came to the beef sector. Okay. They were talking about infiltrating and what they were gonna do, where they were gonna go, and all that kind of shit. Okay. So I was up in the clouds and I was saying, what the hell going on? Because a lot of places I go, I don't know the people, so I stay in the clouds. That's what I did over there. So I was up there and they was up there. It was a panel full of them. And they were saying exactly what they was going to do when they come to the beef sector. So before they even set foot in the beef sector with that bullshit, I was telling people over in the beef sector, hey, it's people getting ready to come over here. If folks be going, regulate, they're gonna take over this motherfucker. Okay. You don't know. It fell on deaf ears. Do you hear me? So when they start coming over here, Shakim and different ones, I was saying, what people from them Omarians, some of them was putting, like if I leave a message, because this was before I even became a content creator. I was a subscriber telling on these motherfuckers, okay? Well, did nobody believe me? So then, now I ain't even gonna get to my damn commentary because I'm talking about this bullshit. But I'm just saying, you could be telling people stuff and then don't nobody listen and don't nobody act like they know what the fuck you talking about. That you looking like a fucking fool and you're getting attacked by Toby Black ass when you will be on the panel trying to tell the beef sector that these motherfuckers and what they gonna do and all that kind of shit with her black ass. And so YouTube cameras this morning, she said that yeah, I was over there in the clouds and I heard them, you know, what they were saying they were, what they were gonna do. And I was in the chat because I mod for her, and I was saying, yo, your ass knew this shit all this motherfucking time. And this been way over a motherfucking year, and you didn't never motherfucking say nothing. And I'm running my crazy motherfucking ass all the way around the beef sector, telling what these motherfuckers said they was gonna do when they came to the motherfucking beef sector. Now I told them on 3 sector too. But see, they had to start. I didn't tell the Mo 3 sector until they came into start trickling into the beef sector. Then I told Mahia and Broadway them, I let them know. And I let them know exactly what was going to be done when the motherfuckers come over there. And they listened to me. And like when I would see some new ones drizzle over there in the Mo 3 sector, I would go in the back chat and I would say, there's another one of them motherfuckers is, and I put their name back there. Okay. Now with Mahia, it was more so with him because Mahia listens to what I'm saying just like I listen to him. When he's telling me something, bitch, you need to listen to this shit, or either he might talk in cold counter, but it is what it is. If I'm too doing the catch it, at least he did tell me. But Mahia, listen to me. Every trick Shakim did, I told him already. And he still called me old bitches, whoa, asshole. You need some dick, the fucker, and this and that. I don't give a fuck how old you is, and all that kind of shit. So when I was up there cussing YouTube cameras out this morning, his black ass was in the chat. And he was saying I was old and all that kind of shit, and all that kind of shit. And I don't care about her age also. I can't drag her because her age. Bitch, you didn't bring your ass up on that panel and say a goddamn thing to me because you know exactly that I knew what the fuck I've been saying the whole time. Bitch ass nigga. And then none of them other Umarians get up there because they was in the chat too. Not all of them, just a few of them. But see, I had never went at them like I had to do Shakim because Shakim was trying to act like he was running something over here. And now he can do what the fuck he want to do. I don't give a fuck. And they was giving him money for them fucked up concerts. He was singing them fucked up Cardi B. Lord Jesus, help me. Telling them fools he was going to be in the BET Awards and I'm going to be on stage with Cardi B. And they was listening to that bullshit and paying for them motherfucking concerts that the people couldn't even get on that Eventbrite shit. And telling them that they was going to exclusive. You could watch it on live on Eventbrite. And the bitch was, you could watch it live on YouTube because all the shit was on YouTube. Motherfucking con man. And I cussed Envy out about it. When Envy jumped on the bandwagon with Shaquille, I jumped on, I cussed his ass out, and I didn't have to cuss him out no more about it. But I cussed him out, and then Shakim and him wound up getting into it. And then, I tried to tell when I would get up there on Pizarro panel and say, Pizarro, hey girl, you see what I'm saying? And Pizarro, this and that motherfucker ain't no good. And why is y'all acting like this motherfucker sing and this and that? He's a con man. And she would say, he's a man. And I said, well, I done said all I could say about it. But the nigga was a gay man. And over here calling the gay guys dick in the booty, and you suck dick and you punk and you eggs and custom that talking shit like that. And I'm studying ringing the bell. The Umarians, they telling me where to go with the videos where he's showing him wearing them little cut off shirts and shit. And talking about sucking dick and I'm gay for pay and drinking with his little pinky up and shit. And doing all that talking like he got a wet mouth full of something. And then had enough nerve to be on lemons at night at 4:00 in the morning selling ass. And then cussing me out because he acting like I didn't know what the fuck I was saying. Nigga, you said you was selling ass. And like I say, you're a freak because you're sucking them honey packs down like it's cute. Every time you got a cash out, walking around with your dick on hard all the time. Nasty fucker. No, you see what I'm saying? But I get cussed out for telling the motherfucking truth on a motherfucker. And like I told Dimple, you want to get that dick, all you got to do is go to that convenience store he be at, sit in your rental car until that bitch come walking your way and hold a 50 out the window. And pull it back in when he come over there think he gonna get the money. Tell him, bitch, get in this car. We finna go to the motel and do what the fuck I want to do for this 50. And when you get through with that slut, leave that slut there and go on about your business. Go back to the motel or where the fuck you gonna go. But don't take him to your room. Get the cheapest motel you can find. And make him do strange things for that 50. And when you get through, then you leave him there and go about your business. And don't let him know where you staying at the motel at. Because you a high class bitch, okay? But you take that nigga to a roach motel. That's what he used to, or behind a building. That's what he used to because he on foot. And don't fuck him in the car. Because it's a rental car. And you don't need no problem. Cheap ass hoe. Y'all, I done got all the way off the damn track. I done went on about 15 damn conversations. But like I said, the rest of the Omar people, I don't have a problem with them because, like I said, most of them have come over here and been pretty cool. Okay? Because they it's some over the Mo3 set. They're in all the sectors. But they not coming over trying to take over nothing like they some bad motherfuckers and shit. But Shakim black ass, he done got real quiet since Ness ass ain't active on YouTube like she was. Now he need to be out here swinging and banging. That's your girl. Why come you don't get a redirect? Redirect some of that shit. Hey, you her buddy? Get out here and redirect and start dragging, bitch. Hey, well, I guess they say out of sight, out of mind. Friends like them, you don't need no enemies. You need to be by your goddamn self like me, bitches. Don't need no crowd. They'll let you down every time, hoes. Dumbass bitches. Oh, Lord Jesus. And I told YouTube camera when I got tired of talking to, I said, I'm gonna get off your goddamn panel. I say, cause your ass are just in the live. You know how when it get too much for her, she'll just in the live. I said, I don't want you to do that because I was enjoying your commentary. I'm gonna get down my black ass down and let you continue your commentary. But I had to come up here and tell you about your motherfucking self because you sit there with your motherfucking lips zipped. I did a video about. No, I ain't seen it. I'm gonna go. Yeah, you what you gotta do. But I'm out here swinging and banging all by my goddamn self, and then nobody come and fucking help me. Then nobody see it. But I bet you half the goddamn be sick to seen what I seen, and them bitches was two punk ass bitches to say any motherfucking thing. And the day was the first day I heard it come out of YouTube camera damn mouth. Okay. Well, yeah, I said, guess what did she just say? I say, these motherfuckers. That's why I don't fool with none of them. I'm serious. I don't fool with none of these folks. They'll let you down every time. Now, seeing me and YouTube cameras call ourselves, if we would have been real cool, and that shit went down what she said this morning, and I didn't know until this morning, me and her would have had a big ass problem if we would call ourselves cool like that. But I ain't cool with nobody like that. Don't nothing surprise me no more. You see what I'm saying? Don't none of this shit surprise me. They'll let you down every time. They smile in your face. They won't come to your rescue. They'll leave you out there drowning in the middle of the ocean. They won't even throw you a life jacket. That's why I don't give a fuck. Let me drown, bitch. Okay? Let me drown. Let me see if I can drink the Atlantic Ocean, bitch. Yeah. Got me looking like a damn fool, like I'm making up some shit like this. They get people in the chat. She didn't sit down. She just shut her goddamn mouth. We like Shakira. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. That bitch ain't got drugged like he need to get drugged coming up in the beef sector. He didn't get jumped in. He got walked in holding somebody's hand. Like jumping on Brianna them bandwagon, getting on their goddamn panels with that foolishness. They stood behind him 100%, Bizarro too. All them motherfuckers. And then as soon as he got tired of them, he called them bitches and all that like he was doing me. And if he get mad at one of them hoes right now, he'll call them all that kind of bitch. Okay? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I done got pissed off now. Just thinking about the shit. All of them act like I'm talking to goddamn Japanese. And I don't even speak Japanese. I speak Cantonese. I speak down Southernese. That's the goddamn knees I speak. Let this motherfucker walk right in. Now, anybody else that was coming up in the beef set today got beat down and drilled and questioned. No questions, no drilling. He didn't get none of that. Binary did none. Ain't never one of them got none of that. Well, there's been people that's been in the beef set that's been in the clouds, but they done got drilled and you still ain't beef set. Okay. Didn't get double dog team piled on. They didn't get the welcome here. You know, the welcome ain't the same no more. These bitches get to just they don't even have to goddamn build a damn flatten the damn tree to build a damn nest. We done built the motherfuckers a nest on the ground, but they can just walk in the motherfucker. They ain't even got to flap their wing. That's why I be going, no. These motherfuckers ain't shit. Okay. Yeah, he was throwing a couple of dollars because he got paid off to come over here and throw a couple of 20s around, and these bitches went crazy over here. They sold. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn if the devil himself have a red, be red and breathing fire come in this motherfucker. I ain't saying shit. I'm gonna act like everybody. I don't see no. I don't see that devil over there. I'm gonna be looking just straight ahead. I act like I don't know what the fuck going on, like everybody else. Okay, y'all. Now I got so much stuff to talk about because I ain't been on. I ain't gonna talk about everything. Okay, because I know I'll be on here all goddamn night. Okay, shit. Okay, I mean, oh Lord. Now I'm gonna tell you guys this here. Now this in the real world. Fat Joe, he got arrested, and he got a Rico going just like Diddy. And do y'all know a lot of the motherfucking shit that Diddy charged with? He charged with. Well, honey, he put the icing on the cake. And let me pull this up. If his paperwork was 150 some pages, let me find it. Honey, it was a lot. Okay, it was Fat Joe and Pistol Pete. Now, them the two names that I know of, but it was a lot of other people that are involved in this case, and males and females. It's a lot of Jane Does, like Caucasian Jane Does, Puerto Rican Jane Does, uh, you know, um, Latino Jane Does, because when they underage or either they frightened, you know, you a Jane Doe. Some of the Jane Does was underage. And this man was flying in from other countries to the U.S., having his way with them any kind of way he wanted these little young girls. Even one of them, he got her a BBL because her body looked like a child, you know, and he wanted her to have more like a big old booty. So you think about somebody give your little 15-year-old or 14-year-old daughter. And when she left home, she had a flat ass. But when she come back, she wagging more ass and they can't even get to your door. Now he had some motherfucking nerve to make decisions like that for a child. He was doing it to the kids from the US. He was doing it from kids to kids from other countries. That's what the paperwork is saying. He was uh using forced labor, like having people do work for him and he wouldn't pay them, or he would give them what he thought they deserved. On the little bitty girls that he was messing with, he would like get them pay a cell phone bill, which might be $100, buy him an outfit or two, um, and the BBL and little spending money. But they say when the little girls asked him for money, he would act like he didn't have it. Now, this is a wealthy man. He also had ghost companies that he was getting loans for. PPP loans, they got him for that. They got him for fraud for PPP loans in this indictment and all this paperwork. I'm just briefly telling you guys what's going on. Uh, he was like have people to have SCX in front of him, like Diddy allegedly was doing. And this is all allegedly on Fat Joe, but I seen the damn paperwork. Um, he videoed him, had him doing things, for his entertainment. And then, like, if you try to break away from him or didn't do what he wanted you to do, he would hold that over your head. I'm gonna release this shit on you. That you was in bed with six guys or shit like that. Or having men doing stuff they wouldn't normally do. He was using threatening language. Like if you wouldn't go along with what he wanted to do, he'd be around. If you be around him, they would use the cold language like lingo, like we'll knock them off or we're gonna do whatever, like talking about how they were gonna physically harm you or ill you or whatever. They also have him on the paperwork where he allegedly has stabbed somebody and half stabbed people, half beat people. And then the Pistol Pete, he was known as a strong man. Like he would get out there and he whoop your ass, okay? So Pistol Pete, I don't know, man, but you had that, that stuff is on y'all head, been on y'all heads forever throughout the years, how y'all whoop people ass and strong arming people and shit like that. Well, honey, the FBI, they done got on your ass and y'all done caught yourself for Rico. And other people, and like they got people for acting like they was attorneys. They got people like Big Jody was having fake LLCs and stuff, and not filing income tax and filing income tax, all kind of shit. Fake IRS forms. On these ghost companies to get these different loans at the PPP loans are either loans from a regular bank. Anything you could think to do wrong was done. Okay. And now that's case. Now, like I said, R. Kelly, I wasn't interested in that sex, all that kind of shit. I was not interested in. It was too much for me at the beginning. But like, see, on this one, it'll be more interesting on Fat Joe's because you're gonna have people scared that's gonna be testifying that I was scared for my life if I didn't do this and do that, and they're gonna tell the different crimes they committed for him. And I did it out of fear. I did it because I had to. It's people that have been sent to prison for him that are witnesses on this. And the FBI was able to track this shit down. That this person did do this, called Fat Joe. Say he was gonna ill them and all that kind of shit. It's real deep. So I will be watching that. And like one of the little girls that he was messing with, because they got him for taking him like to other states and other countries, the little girls. One of them, he was gonna leave his wife for her. He got sprung on the little girl. Okay. Now the little girl is grown and married now, so she would probably be on the stand. But I don't know, But that is gonna be an interesting case because he is gutter. He the bottom of the barrel. And the people that fooled with him was the bottom of the barrel. And like I said, this trial is gonna be awful. Okay, it's gonna be a mess. Now, y'all, it is a mess, but to me, this one gonna be a mess. And another thing, cause on the sex trafficking with the Diddy trial, cause I've been saying it's not showing sex trafficking, but the way that they worded it in Big Joe's paperwork, I could see that. How they go charge, how Diddy got charged with what he getting charged with. It's just the wording. See, I didn't see the wording, like the paperwork from Diddy. When he got charged with the different charges, all them charges they charged him with, I didn't see that in writing. But on the Big Joe, I got to see it in writing. It was a guy, I think I shared it out, that did a video on it, and he was going through the charges. And I think it's like 60 something different separate charges. And then they broke down I seen them how they did with Young Thug them, they paperwork, but then on this paperwork it's showing like it have all of his charges. And then they have the next person name. And then they have all the person charges. Because everybody not charged with the same thing. Because everybody wasn't doing the same thing, but some of them got big charges like, well, to me, all the goddamn charges is be on him. It's a mess, child. Uh, it's a mess. Now, if I haven't shared that out, if I didn't share it out, what I'm going to do is go in my history and find that and put it on my community wall because you can see the paperwork, you know, and the guy, he's going through it, kind of, he's going kind of fast and you might have to rewind it and stuff because that's what I had to do to be able to tell you guys about the charges. And let me just put tell you exactly what I wrote down. I wrote down that Big Fat Joe, Pistol Pete, and they slash enforcer. They called him enforcer. It was 157 pages. They was arrested for 24 RICO racketeering, sex trafficking, intersex trafficking of minors, uh, PPP loan fraud, money laundering, wire and tax fraud, forced labor, forced sex through threats, um, some rapper stabbing. They stabbed a Latin rapper. Uh, ghost payrolls, like paying people, like them ghost companies I was telling you guys about, acting like they paying people working for them. Okay. Um, ghost accounts, like fake bank accounts and shit. um, Fake LLCs for businesses to obtain loans. Um, and like I said, one of them little girls, he flew her from Spain to Florida, and like from Florida to New York, back to Spain, and then sent her back to New York and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and that's the underage stuff. And it was like a Latino girl, a Dominican girl, and a Caucasian. And he was getting them cell phones, clothing, Brazilian butt lifts. That's for the minors. Um, Intimidation, forced to be filmed having sex, humiliation, embarrassment, coercion, and then they was using that violent code language. And they said something about rectal, like the boo boo hole, and vaginal forced on male and female. Okay, no, ain't that a lot? Okay, now Chris Brown, he pleaded not guilty to attempting to cause grievous bodily harm, and this was yesterday. Or was that this morning? Because daytime is different. That was today because I got up this morning and they was talking about it. And he had left, was just leaving court. And they say he had a concert last night. Well, tonight. But it's in the next day. Right now, it's the next day over there in the UK. But he had court yesterday, and he pleaded not guilty. So they set his court date for October. But what day, I don't know. And I looked around to see, but I never could find it. Now, I will tell y'all. So that shit with Chris Brown, honey, it's coming. That's going to come fast. And he is getting to move around over there. And he, I told you they let him out on the 5 million or whatever bond. And so he could still make money by going on, still touring. And they say the tour is like sold out. So he gonna make some money. Um, Let me see, what was there anything else on the world news? I think that was about it for that. Okay, now on the 4th of July, 357 Broadway is supposed to be having a swimsuit contest. So, ladies, if y'all think y'all got the body, but he said the plus size too, because every man don't like no little bitty woman. Some of these men like, hey, you're bigger the better. Okay, so I don't know if he's gonna have the plus size ladies the same night, or if everybody gonna be on stage and doing their thing. He hadn't really made his mind up about that yet. Um, Let me see. Okay, and another thing that happened since the last time I talked to you guys, last Friday, allegedly Meek was supposed to go to court with Meek, and it was like for stalking and harassing. Well, Meek didn't show up. I mean, Coolin didn't show up to court, so they had started. The rumors was going around all over the Mo3 beef sector, and it even trickled over into the beef sector that Coolin was in jail. But I never said nothing, and when people would say to ask me, like any different chats, I would say I don't think so. Now she might be, I don't know. I never said yes, she was in jail and all of that. Well, couldn't find out she wasn't in jail. She been hitting panels, but I think people are putting out that she had got arrested. But the girl didn't get arrested. Well, another thing, she never did get served because the first time when she went to court with me, you remember that first time that Mink went to court, Cooling didn't show up. Cooling didn't get served. So Cooling contacted the courts, and they didn't. That warrant was taken thrown away, and then they gave her a new court date. So if that happened again, that's all that's gonna happen. They'll take that warrant off. They'll look in the computer and see if she did get served. If she didn't get served, they'll give her another court date. Now I don't know how that's. I don't know, but as far as I know, she ain't got no warrants. Because as soon as she get a warrant, these people on YouTube, they're gonna find it and they're gonna, it is what it is. Okay. Now, it's been a lot of activity in the Mo3B sector, and tonight earlier on the captains, Gina said something about me could had a wreck. So I stayed at the captain's till he went off, and then I looked to see if Meek had made a live, and she did make a live. And so I redballed her live to see if there actually was a wreck. Well, yes, it was a wreck with her 18 wheeler, and some kind of way it was with a car, and the car ran out, wound up going up under the diesel, and wound up going off the road, and all that kind of shit. Well, the people that was the person, because I'm not gonna say people, because I don't know if it was more than one person in the car, but I do know it was one person in there, the driver. They was okay. Now I don't know anything else about it, so I'm just letting you know she did, was involved in the wreck. But on her live that she was doing when she was talking about it, she was just in her truck and she was like driving to another location, like to pick up or either drop off a load. So it didn't tear her truck up, but the people car got messed up. So I don't know how that's gonna go off. I'm just letting y'all know that's what happened. Okay. Well, honey, I went by Ducks, and he had been on for a while. Can't think of. I was doing some stuff with my family, and so I didn't do a lot of YouTubing. I did peep in when I could, but when I got settled, I seen the captain was on, and child, when I pulled it up, you talking about fight. They was fighting like cats and damn dog. Do you hear me? And let me tell you who all I got to see up there in this knockout drag out that they had over there, child. Let me get down to that part. I mean, it was ugly. Okay. It was a damn mess. Now I shared that out on my community wall. I remember sharing that because I said this some good shit. I started to come over here and do one of them 5-minute live, but I was stuck on I was stuck. I couldn't move, child. Now the people I seen on the panel, because the panel stayed full. It was Royalty. 357, Callie's Kitchen, SD, Duck, Texas 713, Candy, and that girl, her name Candy Asia, that's what I call her. Okay. Gina was up there. It was a damn mess. They tore the damn ship up. Whoa, Lord. It got so bad over there that the captain took royalty admin rights, throwed her off the panel. He threw her off the panel, I don't know how many times. But that last time when he threw her off there, he took her admin rights. And then they kept going and arguing and fighting and shit. And he was saying, y'all go, if y'all don't stop this shit, I'm just gonna in the lab and say fuck it. And honey, they didn't stop that shit. And he ended the goddamn lab and said, fuck it, with a panel full of folks, child. You hear me? And the lab was open. And okay, the captain and royalty 88, no, Big Baby, Cali Kitchen, uh Asia, Candy Asia wound up showing a GUN. And she was letting Gina know, bitch, you ain't the only one got one, because they say Gina on the part of the lie that I didn't get to see that Gina had been threatening her with all kind of stuff. And what the age Candy Asia come out with her GUN and said, bitch, this hey, I'm in Texas. Don't mess with me, bitch. Yeah, hey, stand your ground, hoe. Okay. And I was saying, this is the wild, wild west. It's the wild, wild west going on the damn ship. I didn't know they had ships in the wild, wild west. Okay. Callie and Royalty was into it. They was fighting like two fools. And SD, after that, while I was over, they went over the ducks. But SD, he was on duck panel. And he said, if y'all took the time to tell Royalty it's okay to cry, she don't have to be mad all the time. Tell her to have a good cry. So Royalty, honey, she was going on, man, hammer. And then a couple of days ago, I went back Captains. He had a live, and SD was on there. Big Baby, Wop, Jackie, Gina, Woo, Mad Max. And on that live, they brought down Mad Max and Wop. And then somebody hit the panel and told SD about 88 had a new fella. Well, actually, they say it's an old fella, but he been in jail, and he's supposed to be one of her baby daddies. Now, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying that's what they saying out there on the street. Well, honey, him and that man, the new man in 88 went live, and they was in love and stuff, because she had been saying something about this guy coming out of jail. And so this man finally did come out of jail. And honey, they did a live, and he said on 88 live that he was the one that kicked Duke ass. Duke Farrow, he said he was the one that kicked Duke ass and beat him up, and swole his eye up and his face. He said he the one that dropped them bees on Duke Farrow's head. What Duke Farrow said, that's a goddamn lie. You ain't did nothing like that to me. And he had been kind of chasing the guy all over there in the Mo 3 sector. He was chasing the guy all over the Mo 3 sector saying, bitch, you ain't whooped my ass and I don't know who you, and you need to stop that motherfucking lie. Or else I'm going to do something to you. I'm going to have something done to you. One way or the other, something going to get done to you. Well, they happened to run to each other over there in Mahales the other night. 88, and that man was up there, and Duke Farrow hit that goddamn leg. He said, nigga, I done told you to quit saying that you whooped my ass. I don't know you, and you better come clean, and you better come clean right now. It's gonna be on like Donkey Kong when I see you. He didn't say don't come, but I'm just putting it in there, okay? Cause you know how these motherfuckers is. Oh, she told a lie. She would. I put my own words in stuff. Well, honey, Duke told that nigga if you don't come clean, I'm gonna fuck you up. And I'm gonna have. I got some friends out there too. That's gonna be hunting for you. That man told Duke, I told a lie. I didn't do that to you, man. And I was saying, what? Honey, that man come clean, honey. He didn't want none of that arm and hammer from Duke child. And I was hollering. He said, my bad, honey. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, man. I didn't know you was crazy like you. I didn't know you was crazy as you is. I didn't mean that, man. I thought you was one of them chumps that could talk that shit too. But I see you ain't no chump, dude. And I'm gonna leave you the fuck alone. That's what he said. That's what he said in so many words, like. Okay. All right. Well, I got off track when I was looking in. Let me speak to some folks. I think I spoke to maybe 3 or 4 people. Let me speak because I really do appreciate you guys coming around over here in this neck of the woods. Hey, Myrtle Snow. Is that women? Myrtle Snow? Hey, Miss Douglas. Hey, Miss Orange Star. Hey, Daquan. Daquan, I don't know what's happening. I ain't been coming over there. And I like hanging around over there. Hey, Miss Douglas. Hey, watching from Cloud Nine. You could be what you wanna be on Cloud Nine. Hey, Miss Gwen. Child. Hey, the Beef Sector Podcast. Hey, TC. Hey, Honeybee. Hey, Waddle. Sprinkle me, baby. Sprinkle that water. Hey, Dr. Soapy. I'm so damn tickled. Yeah, I'm so happy to be live, child. Wait a minute. Let me see. Trying to make sure I got everybody, child. I barely been looking. Hey, Candy Cane. Hey, in the lab. My hair. That's my boo there. That's my dog. Hey, Leticia. Child. Hey, Happy Life. Happy Life. They had you on the ropes. You been getting your ass thrown out out of off of panels and everything, out of chats. Happy Life. You better be, hey, you know them pink people told you better act right. They allowed you back over there again. And hey, you better, you kind of, I've been watching you. I'm just saying. You know, if I see you, they see you. Hey, STL Libra, baby. Hey, Snoopy Tremaine. You a happy life? I ain't the only one seeing you now. If I see you, they seeing you. And not on my watch, she told you what was going to happen. I'm just telling you. I was in there live. Okay. All right. Let me get my notes back up, child. I'm gonna get through. I'm trying to get through here on the main things. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, let me make this bigger so I can see, so I can get some more done. Let me see. And like I said, like on the captain tonight, he was just dropping them and he bring them back up. I mean, it was a madhouse, child. And I don't know. I don't think he's gonna lead the lab up, but I don't know. But I'm sure he gave some of the guys and ladies over there in the Mo3 beef sector permission to play it. You know, so I'm gonna try to be in some of the lives. Seeing if I can find somebody reviewing it so I can see the beginning of the live. Because, like I said, I missed a whole lot of the live. And Mink hit the panel over there because Gina been talking shit about Sean G for the last 2 months. She been saying how he gonna regulate when he get out. It's just putting all kind of stuff on that man. And I don't know Sean G personally, but I don't believe none of that shit that's coming out of her mouth. But see, on people that don't know, they'll believe that shit. So she been threatening people with Sean G, what he gonna do when he get out, and all that kind of stuff. Child, Sean G ain't gonna be doing nothing to nobody. He gonna still be on paper. And I don't know why you saying that kind of stuff. You gonna have people gunning for that man for nothing over your bullshit. Well, Gina done got hold to some money. I don't know if it's her 401k or whatever money it is, but she been fanning with it. She been money on the floor and all kind of shit. She been giving away people to thousands to some of these people. You hear me? And see, my dumb ass, I cussed out so bad when she showed her booty over there at the ugly Christmas shirt sweater contest. When she showed her asshole on Nika Live, and I cussed her out real bad, and I cussed her out for like months. My dumb ass, I ain't gonna get in on none of that goddamn money on. Okay. And she got it. She got it right now. I don't know how long she gonna have it. But she got it right now. And she's sending it out. Do you hear me? She ain't asking for no $3 for no cigarettes no more. She ain't asking for no gas money. She ain't asking for no money to put at the casino. Okay. She ain't asking for no money to go to the dispensary. Okay. She dropping thousands. She sent Sean G 1,000 to the prison. Allegedly, she gave 88 1,500. Okay. I done effed up again. Damn, I should have been her friend. And then another thing, now her and Meek been cool. She be calling her attorney and all that shit. Now, Gina, why you get that money and you done turn your back against Meek? Now, I thought she'd be the main one get some of your money, some of that money on. The way she been out here working, you've been in her corner. She been putting up with a lot of your foolishness. 88 have too, though. But 88 see she getting that money. But what happened between you and Mink to make you cut her out of the payroll? I was just scratching my head. I don't know what happened, but what happened, it happened recently. But I don't know what happened between them two. Because, honey, you when you would mess with Mink or say something against Mink, Gina would jump right in there. My attorney Minka, and you bet and all this kind of stuff, and we're gonna take you to court. And now she was against Cooling because she was gonna be on Mink them side when they go to court with Cooling, allegedly. But now she on Cooling side against Mink. She said it on Duck Panel, and she said it over there on Captain Panel night. Now, see, what kind of shit is that? Now, see, that show you a liar, Gina, because you can't be saying you're going to testify in a court when you're supposed to be telling I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now you said that you was gonna testify against Cooler for Mink, but how you gonna switch and say you gonna go along with whatever Cooler say against Mink? Your word is not gonna stand up for nothing. You ain't shit, bitch. That'll go along with anything. You'll go along with a person going to jail for a fucking lie. Cause Meek and Coolin both can't be telling the truth when they go to court. See, I can't take shit like that. See, that kind of shit make me want to put my foot all the way up a person's asshole to my kneecap or either to my hip bone. I think that deserve up to your hip bone, not the kneecap. My foot, but just buried my foot and leg up in her ass. Okay. And these strangers, everybody's strange. Don't nobody. We don't live close to each other. They ain't gonna bump into each other. And you doing this kind of shit on the internet. You willing to lie to put a person in jail. You willing to go against a person that you have no involvement with to put them in jail, bitch. Honey, I would have something. I'd have something for you. If I went to jail over your ass lying on me, okay, 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 I'd be right back in jail because I'd tell you, I'd get, okay, okay. See, I don't fuck with none of these people. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Now I can see you getting your ass up there telling the truth, but see, they be calling you the police when you get up there and tell the truth. What the fuck they Mo3 sector? What do you call a person that'll tell a lie to get you put in jail to the police? But if I'm going to the law, rightfully so, to report your ass because you crazy, then the all 3 said that we don't let stitches get stitches and we don't do no police. But you do the police when a person going up there and they're telling a lie or filling their goddamn paperwork out to put warrants out on people. See, Mo3 said, y'all got shit fucked up. I don't listen to that bullshit. I'm gonna put the police on you before I have to kill you. I'm putting the police on you to save your life. Shouldn't you be happy of that? Mo3 sector? And the very ones that be talking about people calling the police and, oh, she the police. Them be the very person ones to call the police on a motherfucker, trying to get a motherfucker locked up. Ain't that a kick in the motherfucking head? Them the fraudest bitches you ever seen in your life over there in that sector. They just like these other sectors. They call the police. All that kind of shit. Okay? But they don't believe in snitching, no. Okay? The men and the women do it. Just like they do it over here, child. Okay? And the very ones like they're telling you not to call no police. Bitch, you done already called the police. Naima was over there. Yeah, don't nobody need to be called. Bitch, you was calling you called the police on Cookie Monster before you even went over to the Mo3 sector hoe. And when I went over there and heard her up on these goddamn panels talking that bullshit, I got up there and let them know that bitch is the police. From what y'all be telling me what the police is over here, I'm telling you that's the police right there. And y'all listening to her? Bitch, please. Bitches, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Damn. I done got off track of damn again. Let me see. Damn. I got all the way off the track. Let me see. Okay, wait. Okay. So now I'm getting ready to go back up because ducks I left the ship because, like I said, the captain just said, "Forget this," and he stopped his live. And so I looked around YouTube and I seen Lemon was live, so I ran over there for a little while. And Lemon, he started laughing and started somebody over there started talking about how I cussed that conscious energy, I think that's his name, out on at Lemon's last night because I'm tired of that bitch getting up on Lemon panel with that bullshit. And he done got away with it long enough and I couldn't take it no more. And I had to get up there and cuss his ass out and he got quiet and he got the fuck on. Cause that bitch supposed to be call himself a pimp. And like I told him, bitch, you ain't never been no motherfucking pimp. I know pimps. And you are not that material. Ho. Okay. He ain't you ain't shit. That's what I told him. You ain't shit. And I said, you pulled that bullshit on Lemon for him to play that fucked up song that's 100 goddamn years old that you know was copyrighted because you did it, bitch. You had his channel struck on purpose with your low down fucked up ass. I say 88 did the same thing to Gina. Told her, yeah, you can play it. Play my song. Gina played that song. Soon as 88 got in her feelings on Gina struck her. Told her to play a goddamn song and know it was copyrighted and struck her. Well, Conscious Energy did the same motherfucking thing. Lemon said 100 times, y'all make sure this song ain't copywritten and blah, 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 blah. Said that for weeks. Now this bitch gonna bring his fucked up ass up on the goddamn panel with that cocaine prostitute song, some goddamn bullshit that don't make no motherfucking sense. And call himself, they say, allegedly a preacher. Bitch, you ain't shit. Until you go out there because you said you was a pimp. Now I'm gonna go along with that right now for what I'm getting ready to say. But bitch, you over here telling people how the Lord is. Ho, you need to go get some. If you was a pimp and you had any Christ in you, those latest life that you fucked up, so you said you was a pimp. And we know what prostitution do to some of these young ladies. Turn them into crackheads and every kind of other drug addict and lose their kids. And so you got a lot of goddamn apologizing to do. But you gonna bring your ass on YouTube and try to tell anybody what to do. You wasn't no pimp, bitch. And that's why I told you. And that's why you slithered your ass off that stage last night. And anytime you come over there at Dimmers and I'm over there with that bullshit, I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna cuss your ass out. Give you the kind of cussing I give, just a good old country cuss. You motherfucker. It goes, well, man, I didn't know they were going to, bitch, how you didn't know they were going to do nothing on that song that you make 3 cents on every year, ho, ever since 1980, bitch ass nigga. How you know it wasn't copyright? You copyrighted, you bastard. You knew what you was doing. You was trying to get the boy channel taken. And that's why I told them, get these motherfuckers out from around you. That you know don't mean you know motherfucking good. See, that kind of shit I can't take there. You gonna let this man sit up there and study, lie in your face and say over and over last night, yeah, man, I ain't had nothing to do with that, man, and man. Just talking that stupid shit. Now Lolo was up there. She was giving him some work, but her work wasn't good enough because he kept right on talking about who you can go get the goddamn. You go over there on this website, you can get it, cocaine, whatever the name of that song. Bitch. Now you done struck the man page. Now you advertising your song again. No, I couldn't take that. I gotta cuss that bitch out. Okay. And I told him he wasn't shit. You ain't never been no damn pimp. I could pimp that bitch ass nigga. I could have him out there sucking dick. Cause he ain't shit. And anytime I see him up on that panel talking that crazy shit to Lemon, that Lemon need let him get away with, no, not no more. Cause I had it. And the nerve of it. And then got an attitude because he didn't win the goddamn bitch. That shit you, that ABC 1, 2, 3 stuff you were singing, that is not what these young folks want to listen to. They listen to that drum rapping and stuff. It took me a long. Now I've always liked rap, always. Okay. Now, but I have to since if I still want to be listening to rap, I have to adjust. I have to adjust to that drum shit. Okay, and I like the hell out of it now. I really do. But when I first was listening, I'm saying, "What the fuck is this?" But now I get it. I like that shit. But see, he's still back in there. Over the bloop, do. That kind of rap. But you got to come up with the times, baby boy. If you gonna say you a rapper, you going to adjust. Cause ain't nobody want to hear that shit from back in '80. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that goddamn music, the beats and shit. That no, these young folks ain't want to hear that. And it might be a lot of cussing. It might be a lot of murder and all that in they lyrics, but that's what these kids are seeing. That's why they singing like that. And if it wasn't a market for it, they wouldn't be doing it. They making money. Just because, like I said, back in the day, in the '80s, yeah, that shit was popping. They was shouting about killing and shit back then too. And they was doing it like Tupac and Biggie got killed. So they was doing the same thing. But the times have changed. The music has changed. And people have got to adjust your mind to, if you're going to listen to this kind of music, this is what you're going to hear right now. The drum, that shit is the pop. The shit is popular. The shit is, the shit good. But like I said, if you ain't never heard that kind of music before, you're not gonna like it. It's gonna sound foreign to you, like it sounded foreign to me, until I actually start listening to the lyrics of these songs. These young people are singing about. They're not being raised in white fences and all of that, and everybody going to work or going to school every day and all. No, that ain't where them kids coming from. That ain't where they was raised at. They out there in the concrete jungle. It's different. So, and to me, on the talent show, like one of the guys was singing like the violence and the drugs and stuff. He was singing that kind of rap, and some of the girls was singing the hoochie mama rap. That's what the kids are listening to. But see, the older people, they didn't understand. They don't want to get it. But they were singing about drugs and shit back in the '80s. They were singing about the same shit. It's just something that you're not used to. You're not used to the fast rapping and all of that. But we had fast rappers back in the day. So I don't get it. And I think that people need to just open their minds up when they hear new stuff, especially if you're going to be over a contest. You can't just automatically say, "Oh, I don't like that." No, listen to the shit, you know, and don't critique them so bad because they was coming from their place, and like with the people that was doing the art, they was coming from their place. And some of the judging Like I said, some of it was kind of harsh, you know, and just because I don't get it, don't mean the whole rest of the 90, out of the 100, I'm the one that don't get it, but these other 99 people get it. It could be like that, so you have to just keep your mind open. Uh, the contest went well, but it was too long because I got so discombobulated. I don't know who, I didn't even write down who won what. I I just said forget it. And then I just wanted to go around, and then I was too tired to watch the aftermath. All the cussing and who mad and all that. But I did see some stuff the next day, and it was some people that was upset, which that's gonna happen on any of these contests. And I'm surprised more people wasn't mad because it was such a large pot, but so to me it was just like the normal, people being upset about the same amount, I thought it would have been more, but so to me, Lemon did a good job. A lot of people didn't, have talked against him and all that kind of stuff. I ain't got nothing to say against that man. And then if he wanted to fucking show up, it was his show. Then nobody getting no money. That was his own money to give out. I'm glad he did it that way. Now on the rest of my shows, if I was him, I would ask for donations. Because he already did the big one, paid out for the whole contest out his own motherfucking pocket. So now that don't need to be discussed no more because we can see the man can do that. And if he was a broke ass nigga, you could bet he wouldn't have did that. Gave out almost $3,000 out of his own motherfucking pocket. So I'll give him kudos. Uh, for him being a man and standing up, doing what he had to do. I give him kudos. Because a lot of people will stop at that 1,000 once the lady pulled back on giving her 1,000. But he covered her 1,000 too. And then paid the judges. Now who else gonna do some shit like that? Nobody. But like I said, from now on the contest, I would take donations. You know, and that's just me. But he can do his business how he want to do it. But everybody else take donations. Why not? He should be able to do it. The other content creators in the beef sector and other sectors, they taking donations. These people even ask for donations to be in it. They ask for donations so I can be in the cooking contest, so I can dance for you. Like Shaquem be asking for money for outfits when he was doing them fucked up concerts, you know. And he was asking for money when he thought he was gonna be in Lemon thing. He was asking for sponsors. So, like I said, if Lemon, like I said, in the future, if he decide to ask for some money from these folks, don't nobody need to say shit because y'all doing it. And like I said, the contestants are even doing it. So what's the big deal if he do it? But and he gave a lot of people a chance to be in the contest. It was like over 30 people in it, and that's a lot. Um, I think that the guy that won, he to me he did a great job, and the two other people that played, to me they did good. You know, I don't I I don't see a problem with it. But it was some other people that was really good. That I might feel should have placed, but I wasn't a judge, so I can't say that. You know, I might have judged the same way they did if I'd have been under that pressure to judge. Because when you judge and you got to look at a lot of shit. And I didn't have to look at all the stuff that they was looking for. You know, so you know, um, some of the people that was in the contest, they was going pound to pound to pound complaining. I don't even know why they was doing that because that ain't gonna change nothing. Just say, "Oh, better luck next time. Maybe I'll do better next time." And everybody can't win. Somebody got to lose. You know. So just have to look at it like that. You know. Um, that's it for that. Okay. Now let me get my notes back up. Uh, just a second. Okay. That happens. That's our last talk to you guys. Okay. Now Rico, the bartender, he struck out Stomp Down. Now they've had a feud for years, and they Stomp Down. Evidently, he broke the guideline, and Rico, the bartender, he zapped his ass. And see, that's another case of who's zooming who. You up here talking all this shit about me? You done talked about me like a dog? Well, bitch, you done fucked up now, and I got you. And Rico got them balls, and he slung him over his head and popped him and took his channel chat. Ooh, I know Rico. I bet he was so tickled. Like Honest Road and Stomp Down, they've been had a feud for years, and Rico and Stomp Down been had a feud for years. So anytime I see uh, Honest Road or Rico get the upper hand against Stomp Down, I can get it. I can be behind them because Stomp Down drags them from one end of YouTube to the other. Any feel like it, okay? And Stomp Down can drag, and them two, he stay on them, and he don't like Tracy, he stay on her. Now he done stalked Tracy before, done been up with her apartments and all that, walking all up and down the street, all through the goddamn place, all that kind of bullshit. But like I say, he ain't never got enough nerve to knock on her door. So he just doing stuff for the camera, you know. He ain't want no parts of Tracy. Cause she will hammer him or shoot him. Teresa's gonna do what she gotta do when it comes to Stomp Down. Cause he was stalking her before he became a content creator. Okay. So and he ain't never liked her. So and he don't like Rico and he don't like Honest Row. And him and Warren Key be into it too. But I don't know if they'd have made up or not. Some of these guys they make up and break up and all that. But honey, with Rico and Honest Row, it's up and it's stuck, concerning Stomp Down. So, and I'm glad that they don't just, have been back over there being trying to be his friend and stuff, because he don't like you. He'll do it again. And so they don't do that. We can't be bothered. So they don't fuck with Stomp Down. Rico be so mad at people. He don't even like to see you in Stomp Down chat. He'll quit fucking with you if you be over there in his chat now. That's how bad Rico can't stand it. And he used to get on Honest Row nerves so bad because Honest Row used to then drag. He would just, I don't know why he keep messing with me, and I haven't done anything to him. He would be doing them kind of lies. And I'd be in the chat, you need to drag that bitch, drag him back. Well, honey, now Honest Row will drag you at the drop of a hat. And I love it. He got tired of that shit. Okay, now Pastor, he's still doing his thing with Tommy them, but I was running around the YouTube streets the other night, and I seen Tommy and Castro over at the Verbal Assassin, which is Deanna Irvin. And I was saying, what? Now I know Castro hangs around over there, and him and Deanna been cool for years. But Tommy, I was saying, what? So I was up in the cloud listening, and Lovely Love was over there. Um, I never did get the whole gist of it because I didn't stay the whole live. But I knew that when I seen Tommy and Castro both over there on Deanna's, I knew that Pastor was gonna have something to say because Pastor don't like Deanna and Deanna don't like Pastor. So Pastor was acting like he wasn't mad because Tommy then was over there and they're grown and they can do what they want to do and this and that and that and this. Well, I think it was the next day Tommy did come back over to Pastor's and they talked and stuff. I didn't stay there for the whole thing. I was just there for a few minutes. Uh, and then on Juneteenth, I went by Pastor's because he had his title was something about they fighting on Juneteenth or something like that. And so I said, let me see what the hell going on. So I went and listened to him, and he said that and Castro was into it real bad, like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. They was cussing and all that kind of stuff. And Castro had his phone out, and Tommy was like in his car, and they was calling each other a bag of bitches and all of that. Child, I would hate to be either one of their neighbors being up hollering, cussing like that at night. Make up the breakup and act like they not together. And Deanna, when they was on her panel the other night, they was acting like they was in separate residents. They wasn't in the same place. We'll come to find out they're in the same place because they messed up where you could hear that they was in the same place. And they was study trying to lie like they wasn't together, but they was together, child. And what's that all about? I don't know. You know, because y'all ain't fooling nobody but your damn self. You know, I get knocked out out each other, bag of bitches and stuff. And I didn't go over there to see nothing like that, but they are still fighting. You know, ain't nothing changed, and they still in love with each other. Ain't nothing changed, and it is what it is. Some people have a relationship like that. Okay, another thing I found out: Brian is in the hospital now. He might be out right now. I don't know. Um, get well soon, Brian. You know, now, Pastor saying that he heard he was up there dragging. You know, he was at the hospital dragging at the hospital. And Brian, you need to just get yourself better and forget YouTube for now. But if it's helping you get through your time at the hospital, keep it on 24 hours a day if you want to. Just don't drag too hard, you know, because you don't want to get upset. You know, be upset and mess your vital signs up and all that kind of shit. Okay. But honey, that's your life. You do what you want to do with it. Let's see what else. I'm trying to go over the little bitty stuff. Let me see. Okay, now I went by my hair's the other night. I told you guys I was over there. Um, he had Duke on the panel, Gina, Cupcake, SD. Let's see. Wait a minute. Trapping and Capping, Slim, uh, Renisha, and it's a girl named God. It's a new kid on the block. I don't know nothing about her, but I'll let you know what little bit I do know. She was up there. IGT was up there, honey. She was banging, child. Uh, 88. That Kayshawn, that's the 88 allegedly baby daddy, the one that said he had whooped Duke ass. That's his name, Kashawn or some stuff like that. Uh, Ebony with an E. Vito, Rainwater, Book, Mad Max, Flame, and Flame is Duke's buddy. OG Bobby Johnson, Trapping and Capping, Erica Kane, Woo. Okay, those are the people that was up there on the panel at different times. I wind up going up there too. I didn't list myself. Duke got bought down, and somebody bought him back up. Okay, Bobby Johnson got bought down, and Mad Max got bought down. And Duke, he was versing Trapping and Capping. Okay, wait a minute. Trying to think who IGT got into it with, because IGT was dragging her ass off. She got into it with somebody. Was it Woo? And Mahale, he wound up dragging her. And they said that Mahale had some hot dog lip. They called whoever this was, they called him a hot dog lip looking bitch. I'm thinking it was Woo and said that they would take Mahale from IGT, child. I was hollering. Do you hear me? And 88 and her man, they was up there and they wound up breaking up. Now, if they got back together, I don't know, but they had broke up over there at Mahaya's child. And I was hollering. The man that had to confess that he lied about beating up Duke, and he lost his woman too, child. These people act like goddamn fool. Do you hear me? Mahab has been having some good live. He had a live the day before that I seen the live that he was on when Duke and you know made that guy say he didn't beat him up. But the day before he had did a live, but I missed that live. I was in for some of it, but then I had something I had to do and I had to leave. And so he said that he had to cut the part out that I wanted to see, all that dragging and stuff. Well, he could put the video back up, but he couldn't, like, I guess to monetize it, he had to take that part out. And so I don't get to see that good dragging stuff. Um And then I did go by Minx. I told you guys about her having a wreck. Well, when she went live, the reason that she went live is because her and Gina had got into it over there at the captain's. And Gina told some kind of way, Gina said that Mink had shaded 88. And when Mink went live, she was saying, I don't know nothing about her saying, I didn't shade 88. And I don't have no reason to go at 88. She said me and 88 fine. I had went at her and she hadn't went at me. So, she just couldn't figure out what come that went on. And she said that they done been into it before and she would say that they was into it. And if she wanted to drag 88, she wouldn't shade her, she would just drag her. Okay. And then like I said, she was talking about the wreck. Another thing that happened is like Gina been throwing Sean G name around YouTube for over 2 months, and what he gonna do to people when he get out, and all of this and all of that. Well, Meek had did a live and she had denounced uh Gina, but Gina was still going around saying that her and Sean G, about I sent him $1,000 and I'm his godfather, I'm the godmother of his baby, and this and that. Well, Meek got up there tonight on the captains and had Sean G on the phone. And Sean G don't fuck with you. He said that on that live. And if Meek denounced you, he was gonna denounce you. So and I know that made Gina mad too, so she was going off and stuff. But child, I was over there at Ducks tonight and come to find out. I think it was since I don't know if it was before they met up over there at Captain's or after they met up over there at Captain's when SG was when um Sean G came on, was on the line with me. But some kind of way, K Kira has said that she called Gina and Mink and Sean G was on the phone. Now I don't know what Sean G and Mink told Gina, but Gina was not a happy camper, and she have not been taking no more K Kira phone call. She didn't have shit to say to K Kira. You hear me? So I guess old Sean G and Mink gave her a good stern talking to, and she was in her feelings, child. But that man said he didn't want nothing to do with you over there at the Capitol. And we all heard that, girl. And you out here putting him in all kind of shit, Gina. But I think the reason they called her back is because Sean G wants some of that more of that money on. Because Gina been walking on money. You hear me? Money be all on the floor and shit. And she be just spreading them hundreds out on the table. Handing with them and stuff. Where them fans at in Gina hand? Where them fans at? Big head $100 bill. Gina got them, y'all. And I can't think of no way I can get none of that money, y'all. I cussed her out too many times. Child, let me see. Let me try to see what else I say. Child. Yeah, I done messed up. Uh Today is Jackie's birthday. I don't know how old she is, but she was in a really good mood tonight over at Ducks. She had on like a t-shirt, like a cut off t-shirt, and one of them like little cheerleaders white skirts. Had one of them on, and she had on some cute white tennis shoes, and they was white. And she was dancing and kicking up in the air and turning around. And her little skirt was just flying up in the back. You know, when they got the little shorts up under. She was looking real cute. She was feeling real good. But she said that she didn't really eat a whole lot today because her stomach was hurt. Um, and shit like that, and I don't know if she gonna go out later on tonight. I don't know what else she gonna do. But I think her and K Kira's supposed to be gonna catch up with each other tomorrow. So they might wait till tomorrow to do the girl night out thing. Okay. And then Gina, she kept throwing up in Doug's face about Nurse K. And she was doing it, but Gina was drunk too and saying the same thing over and over. You know how some drunk people do? They'll tell you the same thing uh, 100 times, like 100 balls of beer on the wall shit. Well, that's how Gina was. And Duck kept saying, hey Gina, slow down. I don't want to hear nothing about that. And I was putting in the chat, and other people putting in the chat, it's Jackie's birthday. She don't want to hear shit about no other one. And you know, Gina wasn't studying that shit. She kept right on talking. So finally somebody bought off the stage, and I was glad of that. But she was in the chat. She was studying saying the same shit in the chat. Talking about Nurse K and all that bullshit. So Gina's gonna be a fool. I don't know if she wound up going back on Duck panel, but his live was they was woo banging on his live. And Royalty, she was into it. She was mad. And she was saying that the captain wouldn't let us get her shit off over there on what she wanted to say. And she called him a bag of bitches and he told him how much he wasn't shit. And he was doing her the same way. And she was talking about him letting Cali Kitchen, be on her top. And she was calling Cali Kitchen all kind of fat ass bitches. And It was a damn mess. And Callie didn't give a fuck. She was just laughing and doing Callie. Callie was doing enough to make you want to break her neck. But I like all the characters involved in this situation. You know, I don't get off into their stuff because they crazy about that man and they're gonna stay into it about that man. You know, it is what it is. And Asia, she was cussing. She was over there. She was cussing him out, and he was calling Broadty cross-eyed. Um, just a mess. And she was expressing how he let her people disrespect her, and the same thing that she been fussing about is not gonna change. Either gonna deal with it or deal without it. You know, it is what it is. But the ladies are crazy about him. Let me see. Uh, okay, I went by Bimp's the other night, and on his panel it was 88 Mink Royalty, Gina, Max Boogie, Mad Max, 100 KTV, Vato Coolin, One Man Band, Roast to Toast, Gordo, Royalty. Both of the royalties wind up there. Um, Gina got bought down, and on that live, Gina was the verse Mink, and then well, see, she was calling Meek her ex lawyer over there, and was throwing duck up in Meek's face. So that's the first time because I made a note of being an ex lawyer. So this was a couple of days ago. So they've been into it a couple of days, and I was surprised that they was into it like they were. And Gigi was over there too, and Gigi in '88 was into it, and she '88 was calling uh Gigi income tax stealing having asshole, and she and saying that Gina had a little bitty. I mean, Gigi had a little bitty ponytail, and Gigi was telling '88 that she that 88 did fuck SG, Sean G and Rain. Uh, and Gigi told '88 she was scared that '88 was scared of her because they were supposed to have a fight a couple of years ago over a whole lot of woods, but they wind up not meeting up and fighting. And she said that all '88 do is call CPS on everybody. And she told '88 that she been had the same wearing the same four outfits for the last 4 years, and that she have STD. And she said that '88 had sex with 30 niggas. And she said '88 had some long ass feet. And she talked about her Puma shoes. And she said that her kids, wait a minute, they don't know her or see her. That '88 got kids that she don't know or she don't see. And she said that I think was the guy she was talking about with that the man that just got out of jail. She said that he had called her all kind of bitches and hoe. and she talked about 88 having piss and blood stains on her mattress. And she said that like when 88 died, that the first thing that she gonna see is them all them babies that she got rid of. That's the first thing she gonna see when she die. On that chat, on that live, royalty versus everybody. Uh, sometime when she get into it, royalty reign. Both of the royalties, both of them was on one that night, and they were both into air with everybody. Max Boogie and 88 got into it. 88 called Mad Max. I mean Max Boogie a unhinged ape that was living in the projects in New York, and she said her baby daddy watched her get beat up. And then Max Boogie said 88 baby daddy was effing her daughter, and he was a pedo. One man band got into it with Gigi, and Gigi told him he was scared of Donald Goins. And she told one man band that DG had him shaking in his work boots. And Royalty got into it with Gordo. See what else. Cha. Okay. All right. Now, a couple of days ago, I went by YouTube cameras, and on her panel, it was Lolo, Malik, and Malik and Ghost Smoke, and he used to be called Dapper Dave. Now, I remember Dapper Dave, and I didn't know that's who Ghost Smoke was, okay? That's the guy that won Lemon's contest. He won over $1,000. Well, Malik kept going around different panels, was saying that the guy couldn't rap. The poetry that he was doing wasn't no good, and he wasn't impressed with Ghost Smoke at all. Well, child, somebody went and got Ghost Smoke and bought him over too. It was at Lolo's, I think. He over at Lolo, and that man hit that panel, and he called Malik all kind of bitches and shit. And then he say something, and Malik wouldn't open his mouth. And then he would drop down. And as soon as he would drop down, man, Malik would start back talking. And then he'd hit the goddamn panel again. Ghost Smoke would hit the panel again, cuss Malik ass out again, and he wouldn't say nothing. And Ghost Smoke would go back down. Then Malik would start talking a goddamn again. The shit went on and on. Well, on one of the times that Ghost Smoke was up there, Malik said, "I'm gonna go get my wife Brooke." Now, Malik, why you going to get Brooke? You should have kept you Brooke be up there swinging all the time by her goddamn self. How dare you say you going to get your wife to fight a nigga? I don't care if one of that nigga had been into it or if they ain't been into it. You stay your ass up there and take that smoke or either just drop down, bitch. Okay? That's some bullshit. Okay? Now, trying to think, what was this at? Mink drug duck, and she said that she was She was minding her business, listening to Jackie. And that's when like Duck went to see Jackie the other week. And she said she was talking about he stood up there and he didn't order nothing to eat, that he was drinking water, he was broke. You know, she was saying all kind of stuff against my boo Duck, you know. So it is what it is, you know. Cause see, I didn't watch them when they went out to eat. I just glanced and then I would go had something to do. And then like one time I went and seen them, they was at bowling, you know, but I didn't stay for the whole thing. I was busy at that time. And plus I didn't want to see my man out with no another woman. Damn it. Having a good old time. I didn't appreciate that. And she was saying that he wasn't used to hibachi. She said he was a busted broke duck, a young broke nigga. Um, she just saying all kind of things against it. Now Duck wasn't broke when he went to see Jackie. You know, he wasn't broke because it took him money to get there and all of that. And the man do work every day because he be going live at work. A lot of these motherfuckers that's up on these panels don't be working, you know, and they don't do nothing on YouTube to make no money. So they just some broke ass bitches. Now that's what you call a broke bitch. But a man that go to work every day, I ain't gonna call him no broke bitch. So Duck ain't no broke bitch. Okay. Well, 357, he went live a couple of days ago, and on his panel it was Octavius, Cooling, Not on My Watch, Duck, SD, SD, Big Trap, Gina and her boo, Joycey, T Topics, Josh, Toya, and SD was into it with Big Trap. Cooling it was into it with Octavius, and also Octavius and Not on My Watch was into it, and Seam Sean 757. I don't know much about that person either. And 357, he got into it with Von Trail, and Von Trail got so mad because see Gina be on there with that bullshit. She be on there talking about again 357 some and all that kind of stuff, and the man be sitting right there in the house, and he hear her because Gina talk extremely loud, and she be talking how she gonna give him some and ride his D and all of that, and I'm gonna suck it and all of that. That man, he ain't want to hear that. Well, the man got tired of hearing that bullshit, and he snatched Gina's phone and he talked some shit to 357, and he hung up. Okay, so he do not like 357. He told Gina to quit bringing her ass over there and all of that. And what do you think Gina do? Every time 357 hit that live button, Gina hit that damn panel and tell him how she wants to ravage his body. And if she see him on anybody else panel, especially she got them Hondas now, them big head Hondas, she be talking that shit to him. She be calling him daddy, and he be telling, don't call me no daddy. And she said, okay, I'm sorry. And then next thing you know, daddy, daddy, and all of that kind of shit. And I be hollering, do you hear me? And talking about how she gonna give him some money. And he don't say nothing about it. Nothing else about her calling him daddy. Oh Lord. Gina hell, do you hear me? I can tolerate her better than I used to. She's not as obnoxious, but she's still obnoxious. Okay. Um, Not on My Watch, and Octavius, they was having into it, and he was telling 357 the only person that he done struck is Not on My Watch and Judge Fifi. It's like in the as far as the Mo 3 sector go, he said he don't know what the hell they talking about. He said he shows evidence of when he strike people. Cause like when he struck not on my watch, about a week ago, he put it up on his community wall. And when he got Jack, Judge Fifi, he put it on his community wall. He do just like J Don. Like when J Don strike a person, she goes and put it right on her community wall. Because J Don wants recognition for her work. And she don't want nobody else taking recognition for her work. And it pisses her off real bad. Okay. And he was telling, 357, when he strike people like for, you know, like Judge Fifi was doxing him and all of that and putting his information up on the screen, personal stuff. Now he said that's why I struck her, and then like, but not on my watch. Evidently, now I heard this through the grapevine that not on my watch was playing one of Cooling Line, and he struck not on my watch for Cooling. And that can be done. I found that out in some kind of way. It can be done, and that's why I gave Octavius. I told him to be my representative. Everybody else over to be said these big country creators over here got people to represent them. I wanted me a representative, so I got Octavius to be my representative. Okay, and like if anybody, if he feel like striking a person that's out there playing my shit that I don't know about, have at it. Okay. And see, we found that out to be that he could do that when he did it for Lemon. When J Don was playing, when J Don struck Lemon falsely, Octavius went and struck her because she was playing his content. And she struck Lemon falsely with his own shit. So that's how I found out person can strike for you. I didn't know that to then. But see, I don't know the rules on striking. I don't know. It's 1,000 rules. I don't know that shit. But see, somebody like Octavius, he have studied that. And then, like different content creators, like a lot of people wonder how 88 learned how to strike. 88 learned how to strike through VS. Because VS used to give those classes for that. And I think it would be an idea for Octavius to have a class. I would go because I don't know the guidelines. I don't know. I ain't read up on all this shit. I know some of them because, like, when I was, just a subscriber, I would get like alerts and it would say, "This is going to affect such and such date." That it would tell different new guidelines. Because I used to tell Tracy sometime when they would change something. If she didn't say nothing about it, when I'd be on the panel with her, I said, "Well, that they got it where this happened," and I would tell her what little I knew, but I wouldn't know nothing about what I was talking about, but I knew it was something that the content creator needed to know. And she was my favorite. And I would sit on the panel with her. But as far as like really, really knowing, no, I don't know nothing about that shit. But I need to know. But from what I'm doing on YouTube, because I ain't getting no money, people ain't sending me no money, and I ain't, so from what I'm doing on here, it don't make no sense for me to learn a whole bunch. Because to me, the only thing they could get me on, maybe it's cussing. Maybe I can get struck for cussing. Just, but I might be breaking the guideline on the cuss word I'm using. I don't know. I don't know. And I need to know. So if he did give a class, I would sign up for it if it wasn't too damn expensive. Because I ain't paying a whole bunch of money for something I ain't gonna use. Okay. And he was just explaining about that. Um, and somebody bought not on my watch down on that live. And then 357 had another live. T Topics, Above her, Woo, Texas 713, Jackie, Big Lack, Coolin, Jelly Bean, Cali Kitchen, Candy Asia, Josh, Big Baby, Jackie, Woo, SD, Rainwater K Kira, the cute one. Oh, this is a new lady. Now this is a name. This is the name of her channel, child. News and Shenanigans. The cute one. The rebirth of news. It's a long name. I'm gonna just call it that damn woman news. Okay. Well, she said that she had been to 357 before, and she said she had been at Mahia's before. Well, she didn't like how she was treated at Mahia's because she said that Jackie and some others was dragging her. But they gave us like a stranger coming to the channel. You know how they do. Like I said, the treatment that Shakim didn't get, that other people have gotten. The beef said they're gonna drill your ass 100 goddamn ways. And what are you here for? What do you want? You know, who sent you and all that kind of stuff. And then wind up cussing you out and all that kind of stuff. Some people can hang, some people can't hang. Well, Jackie happened to be one of the people that was talking to the lady over there, my ass. Well, evidently, this stuck with this lady ever since then. And she hadn't been back over to May since. And when she hit Broadway panel, she brought Jackie's name up and told a story about what happened to her over there in Mahia. And I was like, huh. Well, later on, Jackie came over there. And Jackie was like saying, hey, it didn't mean no harm and this and that. I ain't got nothing against you and this and that. Well, every chance the woman got, she was taking swipes at Jackie. Well, Jackie was like, look, hey, I come in peace. I ain't nothing, I ain't want no trouble out of you, lady. This and that. I was just bullshitting. Can't take some shit so serious. Oh no, but you ain't got to worry. I ain't got nothing against you. I don't know you. Then here's another swipe. Well, honey, she swiped one damn time too many, and Jackie went arm and hammer. And Jackie stayed on that woman's head the rest of the life. And I don't blame Jackie. I done told you I didn't mean nothing. But you want to keep on coming at me sideways out the side of your neck. Well, I got time. I got to step on your neck. And that's what Jackie did. Another thing the lady did, Gina was in the chat swinging on the woman, which a lot of people was. Well, Gina, she was a cam up. She was putting that in the chat. And so the lady told her, you come up here, and if you cam up, I'll cam up. Well, that was right up Gina panel, alley, because I don't know why Gina didn't go up there before then. But Gina jumped up there and turned her camera on. The lady didn't turn hers on. See, she wasn't going to do it. So everybody in the chat was like, bitch, you just told a big ass lie. Well, later on, Prop Money said he was going to pay, I'll pay you $50 if you came up. And she was saying, send me the money. I'll come up. And I was putting in the chat to Prop Money, adding him, don't you send that bitch no money. That bitch had already told a lie like she was going to come up when Gina said she was going to come up. And she didn't do it. Well, prop money sent her the money anyway. And so the lady went on hold, on mute, stayed on mute for a long time, then dropped down. And in the chat, everybody was tripping, and I added prop money. I told you she was going to lie. But the woman did come back, and she did cam up. When she came back on, she had some lipstick on. She was a nice looking lady. Hair was wrapped, had lipstick on and stuff. So I guess she just wanted to make herself up some. And I can understand that, you know. And so I added prop money back and I said, my bad, I didn't think she was gonna come back. Kudos to her, for keeping her word. Another reason thing, 357 had to make two lives on that day. Child, the first live, it was titties gone wild. Do you hear me? Cali, Candy Asia, Woo, and Cali Kitchen. And Broadway love that kind of shit. Let's go and all of that. So of course he had to take that live down, but he came right back up, you know, and just made a whole new live. Honey, them women they'll pull their titties out in a minute over there. It don't take nothing for them to pull their titties out. You hear me? Uh, and he said that the night before, this another live that I missed that Gina had showed downstairs, and half of her cootie cat was hanging out of her panties. They say. So he had to take that live down. It was a lot of activity like that went on the live that I missed the night before. But honey, uh, Kelly Kitchen pulled them big old titties out, and Whoop pulled her titties out, and then Candasia pulled her titties out. Child. They don't care nothing about pulling their titties out. Now over here the other day, they were saying that Shakira had pulled her titties out backstage for buying them. But come to find out that was not the truth. I don't know how that exposure got started, but Shakira did say she did not do that. Couple Zaro went live and went. That's how I found out about Shakira's supposed to pull her titties out for buying it was over at Pizarro's because Pizarro was going off. And I said, oh, they pulling their titties out over here now. I said, because I know they pull them out over there in that sector. But I didn't know they was doing it over here. But when I got so tickled, because Zaro she was going off on Shakira. But then after a while, Shakira did made it, known. I did not pull my breasts out for that man, but he was making it sound like it was much worse. She might have showed her cleavage. I don't know. On her picture, she looked like she kind of heavy chested, and you could see cleavage like on her avatar. But like as far as me seeing that woman, I don't know. I don't know nothing about her breast area and stuff. And Lemon the other night, he was talking about somebody had some pretty titty, big old pretty titties. He kept saying something about some big pretty titties. That's how he seen somebody titties because he was talking about they was pretty. See, these women be doing all kind of stuff for these men, child. Okay, they be showing all kind of stuff. But over there on in the Mo 3B sector, Broadway let him do it on his panel, because he don't give a damn. He don't give a damn about nobody taking them page from him. He'll just make another one. But everybody don't feel that way. He like Teresa just don't give a damn. Okay. Uh let's see. Uh I went by Lemons one night, and on he had Ghetto, Binary, Mika, Tulsa, Noble, Pizza, Row, Hershey, Lovely Love, Vic, and Lolo was into it with Tulsa. Hershey was into it with Pizza and Lovely Love. Uh, okay, now on okay, I got the people that won the contest. Go Smoke won first, Miss Black won second, and Sky Eye won third. I went by pieces, and Pizza had drug beans and cornbread. Now this was a couple of days ago, cause see, I'm going backwards. Okay, and this is when I made a note. This when Pizza did that live, and it was when she was cussing uh Shakira out for showing Binary her titties backstage. And then she was mad because Shakira was supposed to be married, and she was saying that she wasn't gonna show none of these niggas nothing because she's married, and she don't feel like Shakira should have showed nobody her titties because she's married. And she also said, I don't know if it was in Binary, but cornbread, beans and cornbread, and Shakira and Samoa, suppose they tried to jump Pizza. And that's when she had left and came and made a live. And at the end of her live, then she said she was going back over the Binary code, and she was going to get back up on that panel, and she was going to start gang banging again against them hoes. And she was saying that Beans and Cornbread and Shakira and all the people in the Discord, in Lemon's Discord, they were doing fake beefs. Now I'm just gonna tell y'all a little secret now. Y'all don't tell nobody, okay? I be in Lemon Discord, and them bitches be in there fight. I don't know what the fuck they be fighting over. The motherfuckers just don't like each other. And for some reason, they be in the Discord gang banging, and then they be on YouTube on the different panels in the beef section. Them bitches they gang banging each other all day and all night. Okay, it is what it is, and this shit been going on. I don't think it's gonna ever stop. They could say that we're not gonna say nothing else about it, but you can goddamn bet. And see, evidently where they be getting into it at in the beef sector is places that I don't go. Cause I heard they had a big old round over there at damn, what's her name? Uh Very Cares. See, I don't go over there. But Very Carry, like Sour Patch and all of them, they cool with Very Carry. So see, they all go over there and meet up, and they get on the panel and they gang bang, and they banging all in the chat. Well, see, it's places on there like maybe Shaquille or maybe wherever. It's places that they be meeting up on in the beef sector that I don't really go to. So that's why I don't see it. I don't even go over there and be in the cloud. Now, every once in a while, I'll go over to Brianna's and be in the clouds if I catch her live. But mostly, if I do watch Brianna, it's on a replay. So, and I don't know if they might be doing it ODS. I don't get to be in a whole lot of ODS's live, but I do try to watch his replays. And every once in a while, I try to go into a live if I'm there just to speak where you can say that I'm, showing support. Because they be gang banging over there. The ODS is a lot different. A lot of people go over there and get into it. because that's a common area that they're gonna bump into each other, and that's how they gang bang each other. But see, like me, I don't be over there, so I don't. The only way I know about who getting into it is hear about it in the streets. But I know the Discordians, they be in Discord into it, and they also be on YouTube into it, and they say the same thing. We through with it. This is it, and all of that. But then the next, every damn next live one, I'm gonna get on the panel and it start all over again. The women just don't like each other, but they happen to be in the same spots, and somebody gonna say something to the other, and then it starts again, and this shit gonna go on and on and on. Some people just don't like each other, and I be telling them, you can't make them women get along. You done tried every damn thing you can to make them get along, and then they say they through with it, and it start right back up. Now, I don't say shit, I just be in there. I just be in there just listening to them going in, and I ain't trying to solve no fucking problem between them ladies. And if they want the shit to go on forever, it can go on forever. I don't give a fuck. Okay, now this I went by K Kira's. Oh no, Dimples. Now I've been when I don't catch her live, I watch it the replay. And Dimples been over there showing her entire black ass. Okay, she been over there showing out, and she is, it's about Shakim and just different things. Pastor sometime. Um, you know, just what the shit she be seeing out in the street. Is that Dimples? I tell you what, she touches on current things that's going on now in the world. She give her opinion of it. She speaks very clearly. You understand. Uh, but then she with the bullshit too. Okay, and it is what it is. But she do most lives. She's gonna give like a positive message on how things can be corrected, in her opinion. Now I do like her part, that part of her commentary. But like I said, she is definitely with the bullshit on her lives. Okay. So if y'all haven't been to Dimples, y'all go over there and check her out. You know, she gang bangs with the best of them out there. Okay. And Shakim, she's crazy about Shakim, but now Shakim is supposed to. I don't know if him and Shamar gonna meet up and all that kind of stuff that's going on with them. But y'all know I don't get off into the relationship. Male, the female to male, or either male or female to female. I ain't got time for that. Me can't be bothered. You know, dealing with my own shit is that's the only relationship I worry about is my own. So I don't get too involved in that kind of shit. But I do listen to some of it. Okay. And she just can't wash Shakim out of her hair. It be that way sometimes. The person ain't no good, but until you figure a way to get them out your head, they're gonna stay in there. You gonna always think about it. It is what it is. I done been there. Okay, I've been there. In some ways, I'm still there. Even though mine is dead, I'm still there. I ain't over. I ain't over him yet, and he been dead for years. But I'm getting interested. Okay, I'm 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 getting ready to put my toe in the water. Okay, I've been doing that a little bit. Been putting my toe in there and seeing how that water, and it feel pretty good. It feel pretty good for a man to lotion up on me and stuff. After I get out the tub, that feel nice. I forgot about how that feel. Okay, I'll see girl. And that shit feel kind of good. Leticia, I kind of forgot about that. But I can't keep, this man ain't gonna never come back. So I got to do what I gotta do. Hey, FU University, I'm kind of getting ready to do that time. Okay, you hear me? I'm getting ready to get my feet out there again. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Yeah, I kind of like it when I walk through the house and he's running after me a little bit. Louder more. Let's straighten it out. That's what this man trying to do. He trying to straighten it out with me. And he being so nice. You know what I'm saying? He working for it. He gives me roses and balloons and shit like that. Tells him. And when I walk by, hit me on my booty sometime. Okay? And be trying to raise my gown up sometime when I walk by. Okay? Oh, he working hard to get where he want to go. Okay? Okay? I'm feeling things I hadn't felt in years. I feel excited to hear from him when he called me. I feel excited when I see him when he come up here. Okay. And y'all, he had a wreck the other night on the freeway coming up here to see me. It was raining and some diesel started hydroplaning in front of him. And one of them like overturned. One of them clipped the front of his car. And he's just the Lord just had him. Okay. Now he, wound up going to the emergency room and stuff. But he hurt his like, when you put your feet on the brakes and stuff, he put his feet on there so hard that they hit the dash up under the dash. I guess he was kicking the damn brake so hard and tripping and screaming and stuff that he knocked the meat off his like between his knee and his ankle on top. And I told him, I was saying, damn, you was trying to put your foot in the damn motor. But he said that he couldn't do a thing. He said them big diesels was hydroplaning, flipping over and all kind of shit. But honey, he made it up here. And he made it, he was fine, but he was a little shook up. But and Lord, don't let the man get killed trying to come up here and see me. I got, but child, I'm getting ready to get off off of here. I've been on here for 2.5 hours that I got to catch up with you guys. And if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Every subscription count, okay? And I'm getting ready to get back out here in these streets and run around like with like sparkles and dimples with my dress up over my head, running in front of all and calling their name and tell them, catch me if you can. Okay? That's what I'm getting ready to do. Shake my tail, fella. But ooh, cha. I'm getting ready to get back out here in these streets. Ooh, cha. Ain't nothing like having a man to lotion you down after you get out the tub. I forgot how good that feel, y'all. Ooh, cha. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.